everyone, it's Jared with Atlantis Masonry Conservation. I'm just here today doing a little job for a client. We've ripped out an old cement block wall, and we are replacing it with stone. So we're gonna do stone steps, the slate risers, stone wall, and then concrete sidewalk going up to the step, and then possibly later we'll put some stone on top of that old stoop. So what I'm doing right now is I've dug out down about 4 or 5 inches. I put gravel down, and I put my gravel down, and then I put cement down, and then I'm just building it out with stone. Kind of laid it out all by eye, and that's my first step. So this needs 4 steps to get it to be the height of the concrete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my first row down, and then I'm going to measure back 12 inches, put my second row, measure back 12 inches, put my third row, and then put my top row. And then tomorrow when I come back, I'll get it all up to height, and then we'll put the slate on top of it. And this is just going to be a rock wall all capped off. I'll keep you updated and let you know how it goes. So you can see all I've done, I put a base of gravel, and then I put some cement, some mortar, a row of stone. I got a piece of rebar going through just because maybe we'll hold it better a little more. Well, it's important when you have rebar, you want to have 2 inches of concrete on either side of the rebar, or it will rust. This old rebar was pulled out of something that was 40 years old, and it was covered in concrete, and it's still almost as new. So it really shows the difference between having concrete, a full 2 inches concrete around the rebar, and not having enough concrete around the rebar, because then the water gets in and protrudes. So you really want to have a good amount of concrete put in between the rebar. So now what I did, I put my 1, 2, 3 steps, and I just backfilled that with some gravel. And now I'm going to put a layer of cement down, and that'll be my final step. And then I'll leave it like that for today, let it harden up. And tomorrow I'll come back and I'll get all my heights right. So what I'll be doing now is I'm going to get that last step in. Then I'll put another row on the wall. I'm just using some old brick for backfill because, well, it's bloody difficult to get rid of brick. It has to be tested for asbestos. It's just a bunch of BS, really. So until I can get myself a dump truck, I'm not allowed to dump it, because you can dump it at Butler Aggregates up in Sandwichton for free, but you have to have a dump truck in order to dump it there. Otherwise, you got to get it tested for asbestos. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just cutting the stones, and then I'm gonna put them down, and then I'll fill in the voids here. So I got some kind of, so basically you're just gonna fill that in with these stones. I got some interesting little gemstones that I picked up, and so we're going to incorporate these into the wall. Yesterday my parents were around, and they're visiting from Nova Scotia, and we went down to the soup potholes, and I grabbed not too many, but I grabbed a few stones from down there. So these will just make it a little more interesting. I got this sandstone from K2 Stone, and it's I think it's from Gabriola Island, and it's quite expensive. It's all sawed on the bottoms, so it's quite expensive, but it looks nice. I felt it really complemented the theme I was going for, so I felt it was worth the extra money. So my goal for today is basically get everything glued down and get another row of rock on here, and then tomorrow I'll finish off the stair portion, and that's what it looks like right now. And I'll show you what it looks like in a little bit from here. So right now I'm just laying my first stone, and I'll come back over here once that hardens up a little bit, and I'll kind of rake it out, maybe put another stone in there, just stick it in there just like that, you know. And then, you know, you kind of just gotta play with it until you get it looking good. And right here, that's a little big of a joint, but as Bob Ross would say, it's just a happy accident, right? We don't make mistakes. So what I will do to that is I'm gonna insert this little special stone here, and just gonna insert that little special stone, and that will kind of close that off. Or maybe I'll use a different stone actually. I had a different stone here. I don't know what I did with it. So here's kind of a progress shot here. I'll point it tomorrow. So I'll just kind of recess it out a little bit and take the grinder to some of it just to clean it up. I got the 2 of the steps done. So you want to have a slope, but you don't want to have much of a slope. I think, like, if you can see the bubble there, that's all you really need. You don't, unless it's like really like unlevel stones, like, or inconsistently like lumpy stones. In that case, maybe put a little more of a pitch on it, but you don't want too much of a pitch because it kind of makes it difficult to walk up. So we put a little, these are the three of the stones I got from Souk Potholes. Kind of put a little accent there, and that's just a gemstone I had. So I'll bring some more stones tomorrow to kind of really fill in all these little crevices, to really brighten up the wall. And then yeah, so it might take a little longer than tomorrow. I'm kind of starting to get a little getting into it. So here we are. So this is the job finished. Everything went pretty well. No water sits on the concrete or the stairs. Just a slight pitch. I'm just cleaning it up now.